Okay, let's try it out. All right, so we're going to start off in a child's pose. So you can take your knees wide. You can rest your forehead on the floor like so, or on a block or a cushion, especially if you feel a little bit kind of claustrophobic. Sometimes when your head's on the floor, it can feel a little bit claustrophobic. So in that instance, you can maybe turn your head to one side or rest your head on a cushion, or you can stretch the arms out in front. Just kind of take a moment or two to find a position that feels comfortable for you today. So we often kind of rush over child's pose, but actually there are a lot of benefits to child's pose. Here we've got Mr. Felix coming in. It does help to release tension in the back. It can be very nurturing, so as long as you don't find it claustrophobic, it can be very nurturing. You're kind of like closing in on yourself, turning your back on the world, kind of, very kind of nurturing and restorative. It can give your thighs a nice stretch, and so help to release all your inner organs. And if you allow your head to relax, you can start to feel tension releasing from your neck as well. So that's why it's worth taking time to find the position that you can relax in, and make sure you are genuinely relaxed in it, that you're not holding any tension. So if your head is on the floor, your forehead is on the floor, make sure you're completely relaxing your neck. You're not accidentally tensing your neck. So if it's like squashing your nose or whatever, again, you can turn the head to one side or pop a cushion so that it's under your forehead. All these little things that we maybe wouldn't take much notice of. So allow your ears to relax. Allow your shoulder blades to relax. And I want you to kind of focus on feeling a sense of nurturing. Now, I was saying the other day, winter is really not a good time for making changes. One of the reasons people fail in their New Year's resolutions is because this is just not the right time of year to make changes. It really isn't. Especially when people think of making drastic changes to their diet and exercise and stuff like that. Winter, especially now, we've got snow, etc., is a time for, just like the seed under the soil, to be hibernating, basically, to be in that rest phase. And I want you to imagine as you're in your child's pose, just like that seed that's underneath the soil, doesn't seem like a lot is happening, but it's there, it's storing up energy, ready to burst forth when it becomes warmer. So kind of get a sense of you're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing. We get into our head if we're not go, well then we're doing nothing. We're not doing no thing. We are restoring. We are, look to nature for clues. Nature's been doing this for years, right? In the winter, in the autumn, let go of its leaves, it prepares itself for this rest phase. And during winter, not a lot seems to be happening, but it's like your phone being on a really slow charge. So you're recharging, and it's going to take a couple of months. So have that sense of, sometimes when we're in child's pose, you might be like waiting, when are we going to get going? When are we going to get going? So notice that. Notice how your mind either goes into, right, okay, how long are we going to be here for? Or it will go, that feels good. Depending on how well you are able to rest. For a long time I wasn't able to rest, and I'd be like, oh God, can't stay still. Now I'm kind of like the other way around. So noticing how much of a sense of ease or not you feel in child's pose. Are you kind of like enjoying it? Are you feeling yourself sinking deeper with each breath? Or are you kind of getting irritable and fidgety and kind of waiting for the class to get started? Don't judge yourself for however you're feeling. Don't judge. It might be that, my knee's starting to hurt, or this is starting to hurt, and all that kind of thing. Again, just be aware of that. Just notice, observe, and allow. And just breathe through it. After a while, you may notice yourself take a deeper breath, as if it's like a sighing it out, as if you're accepted, that we're not going anywhere for a little while. So you may as well just sink down into it. So just taking another couple of breaths, noticing any changes just from the short time that we've been here. And after your next exhale, kind of slowly start to curl yourself up nice and slowly, no rush. Again, often I see people, they're kind of like, I can tell what's going on in their mind because they're like, when are we going to get on and do the rest of the class? And it's quite funny. They're just coming out, just circle out your wrists when you get here. A nice deep breath. So we all go through that phase, by the way, around the other way, that phase of, it's doing dynamic, and then we get to the step phase where it's like, it's okay to not be rushing around all over the place. Then we're going to come on to hands and knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Just shift the weight a little bit side to side, like a cat. I know they're all in here today. They're in here because the heat is on in here and the rest of the house is cold. So they've all gone, I'm going to come in this room where there's heating. Because Mummy keeps us freezing otherwise. And gently bring a little bit of shoulder wiggling in. Feel that. Where is it? You might want to stretch. Just like, cats are the ultimate at stretching and knowing what they need. Yeah. No arguing, guys. Like on a bunch of kids. And then finding that point, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We inhale, drop the belly, draw the heart forward. We exhale, lift up through the back of the heart and pull back into child's pose. So bend the elbows a little bit as you inhale forward, like a kind of almost like a snake-like movement. Then exhale, lift up and back as if you're pulling back through the heart. Breathing in. See how slow you can make it, and breathing out. See if you can make the movement last the whole breath. The breath lasts the whole movement. In and out. In and out. Now we're going to do a variation of cat. It's kind of like there's 7 parts to it. So your toes are touching, your knees are underneath the hips. Hands underneath shoulders, starting off in a neutral position. And I want you to focus on the energy either side of the spine. You're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck the tailbone under, arch up, draw chin to chest, pause for a second. And inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, look forward. Feel the stretch on the front of the body. Make sure you don't crunch your neck. This time, as you arch up, you're going to bring the right knee in, curling up, pause for a second. Feel your toe muscles engaging. Then you're going to inhale, extend that leg out, and imagine activating the right side of the body. Left side is kind of relaxed but not collapsed. Stretch right through the toes, both arms straight. Then you exhale, start to draw that knee in. Switch. So you're then bringing the left knee in, arching up, scoop the belly button in, pause. Then inhale, extend the left leg out, activating the left side of the body. Pause. And exhale as you draw the knee in. Keep exhaling as you arch up, chin to chest, belly button to spine. Inhale, drop belly, heart forward. Exhale into a neutral position. And again, breathe in, imagine lengthening from tailbone to crown. Breathe out as we arch up, stretching either side of the spine. Inhale, tailbone lifts, heart forward, stretch the front of the body. Exhale, draw the right knee in. Hold for a second, squeeze tummy muscles. Inhale, extend that leg out nice and long as if you're activating the right side of the body. And exhale as you draw that knee in, replace the knee, and drawing the left knee in. Inhale, extend that leg out, hold. And exhale, replace the knee, arch up, lift through the back of the heart. Inhale, looking forward. And exhale back to neutral. Now just undo your feet. Just make a note of like where your right hand is. We're going to bring our right shoulder to where our right hand is. So we're going to take the right arm, we're going to reach it through. Now that's as far as I can go before I need to start bending my arm. I'm going to bring my shoulder not over to the left hand. I'm going to bring it where my right hand was, which is here. So I'm going to bring that side of the face down there, press into that left hand. So there's a distance between my left hand and my face. Press down, twisting, spinal twisting. Holding here, breathe, nice deep breaths, full breaths in, full breaths out. So really press away from the floor, rather than collapsing down into the floor, press away. So you're trying to draw that shoulder, the top shoulder, in line with your right shoulder. Now you can, if you wish, then extend that left arm out, spidering the fingertips, or you can keep the hand there. You can, if you wish, if you want to get super funky, tuck that left toe under, and just adding a little bit more. I prefer knee on the floor, to be completely honest. I find I get more of a twist, but you can stretch out, press through that heel, lengthen from left fingertip to left foot, and then drop the knee back again. So you're getting even more of a twist, spinal twist. Nice deep breath in and out. Then bring that left hand back, bring the knee down if it's lifted, and press yourself up to center, back way away. Give the hips a little bit of a wiggle again. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So you're going to make a note of where your left hand is. So you can even make a note on the mat, whatever, where your left hand is. Reach the left arm under. In fact, you can kind of keep an eye on that spot where your hand is. So you're bringing that, your face down, your shoulder down. Press into the right hand. Draw that right shoulder up. Then you can stay here, or you can walk that right hand out. You can tuck that right toe under, stretch out, lift and open a little bit more, so you're looking up towards that armpit, and either stay here or drop the knee back again. Great stretch for the upper back. And release, bring that hand down, press into the floor, lift, back up. And have a little wiggle jiggle. Then bring your toes together, tuck your toes under, sit back to your heels and lift up onto the balls of your feet. You want to try and have your toes turn out, heels together, and then stretch the hands out. So it's like a balancing malasana. You know, imagine the weight is all back, so you're almost like sinking back into the heels. So I'm like, whoops, not too far. The idea is sinking back into the heels, stretching the arms out, And let the head hang heavy. Nice deep breaths. 4 breaths in. 4 breaths out. And after your next exhale, ease yourself up. If you can, sit back and stretch the legs out. Now you might want to start off with a block or a cushion behind the knees here. We're going to come into Paschimottanasana, forward, seated forward bend. We're going to be here for a little while. So maybe start off with a block or cushion behind your knees. Pull the butt cheeks out of the way just to tilt the pelvis forward. You're going to have a little kind of jiggle, feel both sit bones on the floor, and just kind of get a sense, because often in, say, in forward bends, whatever, we focus on the lower body. We're not really focusing on the upper body. So I want to focus on the whole of the back of the body. Now, I did this the other day and I was really tight, which just showed I needed it. And often we can feel tension if we are struggling to know how to move forward in life, because it's kind of forward thing. So we can often have tightness and tension if we're, feeling a bit stuck within ourselves. And that's one of the reasons that we get a lot of resistance arises, because our body's trying to tell us something, or it's trying to remind us of something that's going on in our mind that we may not want to confront. We're trying to forget about that, trying to ignore that. So it can be quite confronting when you're just in a pose and just there. So that's what we're going to do. And I want you to observe your thoughts as we're here. So when you kind of feel that tilting of the pelvis, so you're not tucking under, and we're going to hinge forward. Maybe you can reach your feet, maybe not if you can reach your feet, but without tensing the neck. So only hold on to the feet if it's not causing tension in your neck. So take a moment, have a little kind of like jiggle around. So you can add more cushions if you like. And then say only hold on to the feet if you're not tensing your neck or shoulders. And then relax your head completely. Now don't worry if you're not as far forward as me, that's fine. It's not about how far forward we go, because usually that's one of the first things our mind goes, what I'm doing, me in the foot, and blah, 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 and she can do it better than me, and blah, 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 blah. So I want you to really observe your ego. It's your ego that is like, oh God, how long are we here for? Oh God, this feels tight. Oh, my legs hurt. Oh, this hurts. Oh, this is easy. This is hard. This is blah, 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 blah. This is boring. This is fun. That's your ego talking. And we're just going to hang out here and let it chatter away. You're not going to try and shut it up. You're just going to observe and notice what it comes up with. Sometimes it's quite interesting, and it'll often be like a running commentary. So it'll be like, oh, that feels a little bit tight there, or oh, the right side feels a bit different to the left, and then your mind will start wandering off about things you should be doing, going through your to-do list, wondering whether you remember to buy milk, and all that kind of stuff, and just literally hang out here and observe. Don't try and force it to happen. So if you do manage to have that quiet, fantastic. But if not, if your mind is a bit, just observe it. Notice how it will go from, say, running commentary to perhaps telling you how rubbish you are and blah, 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 to pointing out areas of tightness and tension, or how long we're going to be here for, and all that kind of stuff. And the thing is, the more we try and stop thinking, the worse it gets. It's like that annoying friend. You just have to let them chatter away, and after a while, they'll bore themselves. They'll get bored of themselves. They realise that no one's listening, and they start to shut up. And you'll feel yourself sink deeper and deeper into the stretch. We're not aiming for anything. There's no perfect pose that we're aiming for. We're just hanging out. We're just breathing. We're just trying to find a sense of being fully present. We're not trying to get anywhere, not trying to do anything. We're not aiming for anything. We're just observing. We're just noticing. So you may notice the sound of the breath. You may have thoughts that pop into your mind that make you smile. You might notice after a while your body sinks a little bit deeper when it suddenly realizes that it's safe to let go now. You may get a cat biffing you in the face. And say let go of there needing to be an end goal, an end destination. After your next exhale, super slowly start to come out because you may have gone a lot deeper than you realize. So super slowly coming out. Release the cushion if you had a cushion. And then bring your right foot into the inner thigh. If there's any tension in this right knee, again, you can pop a cushion or something underneath the thigh, because sometimes just having something to rest against allows you to relax it. Sometimes you might think you're relaxing around the hip, but you're not actually. So just having something underneath it that you can rest against is perfect. Again, we're just going to ease forward, relax forward, down into a stretch. So think of leading from your lower belly rather than rushing to grab the foot. The thing is, when we do that, when we try and reach for the foot, we end up kind of up and over, and you stretch the skin, but you may not necessarily get as much of a good stretch in the body. So then you might be, I can reach my foot. You may not actually get a good stretch in the back of the body. So again, just kind of like hinge forward. You might find it feels a little bit easier after that stretch we've just done. And just hinging forward and back until you feel you can come forward with a sense of ease. So when I say a sense of ease, I mean not tight, not tense, not pulling, not grasping, not gritting your teeth or anything like that. So you can move the butt cheeks out of the way if you wish. Then once you've found that sense of ease, and you may find you can hold on to the foot, or you may just rest your hands down and then let the head be heavy. And again, we're just going to hang out. I'm going to don't start fighting, guys. Having a bunch of toddlers. Right. Oh dear. I'm going to stay here for about 5-6 breaths. Again, just observing. Full deep breaths in. Full breaths out. See how much more you can relax your head as well. So even if you're kind of in the upright position, try and let the head go completely as if it's about to drop off your spine. And again, often when we let go of expectations, when we let go of, it should look a certain way, the body goes, okay, I can just sink into it however I need it to be. However I need it to be. I'm not trying to make a perfect picture. I'm not trying to fit a perfect shape. I'm just allowing myself to rest in the position. And after your next exhale, ease yourself up slowly. Again, come up nice and gently. Then we're going to go into a side stretch. So keep the legs as they are. I'm just going to turn sideways. If you do have a wall, it's really good to do this against the wall so that your left side is against the wall, and that will kind of become a bit more clear in a moment. So if you do have a wall or a kind of hard-ish surface that you can rest against, then take advantage of that. Just start off coming to a little twist. So to begin with, right hand behind you, left hand to that left leg, and start to focus on losing my voice. When I have a few days off and then I come back because I've rested my voice and now and it starts to go, oh, I'm losing my voice. So just starting to turn. I want you to imagine you're trying to turn as if you're trying to bring this shoulder against the wall. So you get that sense of your lower body being still and you're turning through the upper body. That's why I say it's good to have a wall or something so I can then, even if that shoulder isn't quite there, I can work towards pressing against it. So I'm getting a nice spinal twist. So we're going to be stretching out the side body. And you can then bring that left hand to the right thigh if you wish. So we're going to reach this right arm up and we're going to imagine stretching up and over. Now, if I try and go any further from here, I'm going to end up collapsing like that. So I'm going to imagine looking forward as if I'm still trying to press against my wall. So I'm going to inhale, ease off a little bit. Now as you stretch, rather than thinking of stretching your shoulder, imagine a connection from your fingertips to your tailbone or to your hip. So you're not just stretching the arm, you're stretching from your hip. So you release a little bit and then you lengthen a little bit more. So inhale, release a little bit, exhale, lengthen. Keep pressing this right knee down towards the floor. And then you might find you can grab that foot. So I'm now going to bring my left elbow to the inside of the thigh so I can twist and press and open. So I can grab hold of the foot and then I'm going to imagine rolling back into the wall. Because often we end up doing this and we're not really getting a stretch on the side. We're getting a bit of a stretch, but not much of a stretch. You're better off being here, like that, and trying to press the shoulder back into the wall, and then you're getting that nice stretch down the sideways, whether you can reach the foot or not. So you can press back into the wall, you can ease off a little bit, press and open into the wall. So you're getting a good, strong stretch in the intercostal muscles, which are great this time of year if you're struggling to breathe because of the cold. Great to stretch them out. I do love these kind of stretches. Then we're going to ease back up. And we're going to unwind. Bring that leg in, give that knee a bit of a rub. And just shake the legs out. Shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. Now we're going to all on the other side. So bend the left knee. So yeah, this knee is a little bit higher than last time. So I'm going to pop that cushion under there. I'm going to jiggle about a little bit, find my sit bones, pull the butt cheeks back a little bit, so again I can hinge from, again here, in these kind of stretches, we tend to focus on reaching the foot, and then as soon as I do that, I've got tension around my neck, and I'm stretching the skin on my back, but I'm not really stretching the muscles. So you can try, if you like, try it. Reaching, notice how you stretch the skin, it feels like you're stretching the outer layer, but you're not necessarily stretching the muscles, whereas when I hinge forward from my waist, I can feel the stretch in the muscles, not just the outer layer. So once you kind of, that's why I say sometimes if you find out what you do want, try what you don't want, and then you can kind of get a sense of it. And then once you feel like you can hinge forward from your lower back, you can come forward, you can relax the head, you can hold on to the foot, but only if it's not bringing tension in. And notice how it feels on this side. Does it feel different on this side? So sometimes one side might feel easier than the other. One side you might have more tension than the other. So it's about being really curious, noticing these things, and breathing into it, and observing how your mind might chatter away or it might start to go quiet. Remember, that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for stillness. We're always aiming for stillness, and that means stillness of our thoughts as well. And you'll notice, and it's worse nowadays because our mind is so stimulated all the time. You know, we've got all the social media and stuff like that. Our mind is constantly stimulated, and so it's like our minds are like a toddler on acid. Basically, it's like here, there, and everywhere, and that's why it's so much harder nowadays for us to be at ease. And the other thing we do, and I do it as well, is when our mind just won't shut up, we'll find ways to keep it occupied so we don't have to listen to it. I do that by reading. I'll stick my nose in a book so that I don't have to listen to especially if it's very negative thoughts that make me feel crap. I will, read a book so that I can focus on that instead of listening to my mind. But the idea is to find a way to allow it to be quiet. So we're not, because another thing people do is they eat or they drink or take drugs or go shopping, and they're not really the best ways to quieten our mind. It's a temporary fix, but it's not, the ideal way. But the thing is, that's what we do. We do all these little things in order to make ourselves feel a different way. But ideally, we want to remove the things that we're escaping from, if that makes sense. So rather than trying to fill the silence, we want to try and empty out. We want to try and empty out so that we don't need to then distract ourselves, because there isn't that constant chatter. And it is a lifelong practice. Some days I can do it, some days I can just observe, and after a while my mind will start to slow down and quieten down, and other days it just won't shut up. It will go from one thing to another, depending on what mood I'm in. So it's but if you try and have an argument with yourself, that's what we don't want to do. We just want to try and observe those thoughts and allow them to be. And after your next exhale, easing yourself back up again, nice and slowly, coming up. And then turn again. If you have a wall or something you can press against, hopefully you will notice that it helps. It also helps to, guidance, because that's another way where we're so fixated on reaching that foot, but there's no point reaching the foot. If you're doing that, you're not getting the side stretch. So forget about whether you can reach the foot or not. So just coming up, again, sitting up against whatever it is you're sitting against, and coming to that twist to begin. So bringing the left hand behind you, and again, focus on imagining trying to draw the left shoulder back into your wall or sofa, or whatever it is that you may be using. Or if you haven't got anything, just use your imagination. Just sometimes it's quite handy to actually have something to physically lean against. Feeling that twist and getting a sense of your spine and your ribs as we turn. And then preparing for that stretch. Again, as you stretch, imagine you're stretching from your hip to your fingertip rather than just, so this side feels a little bit tighter here. So it feels just a little bit tighter. So again, I want to imagine stretching on every level. The skin, the layers of skin, the muscles. So inhale, ease off a little bit. Exhale, stretch. So again, I might bring my elbow down inside. So this side today, my shoulder is a little bit tight, so I probably won't try and reach for my foot this side. Normally I can, but I just feel today if I do that, it's gonna not feel quite as good. And that's the thing, we fixate on, oh, but I can reach my foot, but yeah, but it's not as good as stretch. So here, if I'm focusing on stretching out my intercostal muscles, it's far better for me today just to focus on that, rolling my shoulder back, and then reaching the foot. Again, having something to press against can get you that sensation of opening and noticing that stretch down here rather than being so fixated on reaching the foot. And gently ease yourself up. Come back, bring that leg in, give that knee a little bit of loving. And then just come to the back edge of your mat and do some kneeling sun salutations. So coming to the back edge. Remember, you can, when you bring the arms up, you can stay here on your heels, bring the palms up, or you can lift up and come up. So that feels tighter today. Usually I like lifting up, that feels tighter. I don't know if it's because it's cold. That won't help, when it suddenly gets cold, everything kind of tight and tenses. Or you can alternate between the two, which is what I often like to do. So whatever feels good for you is perfect. Bring the hands to the heart. Heart to the hands. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, extended child's pose. Inhale, come forward onto hands and knees into a cat. Exhale, arch up. Inhale, cat, tuck the toes under, keep that little lift as you sit bum to heels, ears in alignment with the arms, then come into down dog. Now be careful because it's the first one, so you might just want to stay with a slight bend in the knees here. Then lower the knees, inhale, heart forward. Exhale, untuck toes, extended child's pose. And inhale, come all the way up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cat. So I have to bring my hands back a little bit here under my shoulders. Exhale, arch up. Inhale, cat, tuck the toes under, so it's a long exhale, it's thumb to heels, ears in alignment with arms, look to your toes, then slowly lift your hips to open up the backs of the legs, firm up the thighs, then lower down, inhale, heart forward, exhale, pull back into child's pose. Inhale, curl up, lift up if that feels good to do so. Maybe you can also have your hands wider if the shoulders are tight. And exhale, hands to heart. We do 4 more times. Come this end, just so you get a different view. Inhale, up. Exhale, extended child's. Inhale, cat. Exhale, arch up. Inhale, cat, tuck the toes, long exhale, all the way back to down face dog. Lower down, inhale, cat. Exhale, child's. Inhale, curl up, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Breathe in. Breathe out, child. Breathe in. Breathe out, lift through the back of the heart. Inhale. Long exhale, back to dog. Inhale, cat. Exhale, thumb to heels. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Last two, breathe in. And out. So if you can trust yourself just to follow the breath. Doesn't matter if you go wrong. Inhale. Exhale. In. Long exhale. In. And out. And in. And out. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, child's. Inhale, cat. Exhale, arch. Inhale, cat. Exhale, back to dog. Inhale. Exhale, child's. Inhale, rise. And exhale, hands to heart. Awesome. And then come down into a Shavasana. So find your Shavasana. Take your time to grab any props, any jumpers, any blankets, whatever you may need. And find a position that you can relax in, that you feel supported in. So you can feel your body supported by the ground. And feel a sense of safety in your body. And maybe imagine a nice warm day. And you may be laying outside somewhere in nature. It could be on a beach, it could be on a grass meadow, it could be on the top of a mountain. Could be even lying in a hammock strung between two palm trees. Or it could be somewhere that's just a figment of your imagination. Just imagine yourself somewhere out in nature and feel the ground, feel the earth beneath you. There was a time a couple of years ago, I was at the field where I keep my horses, and it was a really mild October night, beautiful clear sky, and I was laid on the grass, just looking up at the sky, and the sky seemed both miles away yet really close. And after a while, it felt like I was sinking into the ground, like I was on the most comfortable memory foam mattress, like I was really being embraced and held by Mother Earth. So I want you to imagine that sensation now in whatever form arises, whatever comes to mind, Doesn't matter how basic or how outrageous. Just imagine that Mother Earth is embracing you, is holding you, is nurturing you. Which she does. Think of all the ways it provides everything we need: shelter, water, sunlight, food. You know, so many people are disconnected from the earth. It's like something out there that we go to occasionally, you know. So imagine yourself supported, nurtured, nourished by the earth. I think a sense of absolute belonging and absolute worthiness. As if you too are being restored, nurtured, nourished, that long, slow recharge of your batteries. With each breath, imagine taking in life force energy. Imagine that life force energy recharging and revitalizing every single cell of your being. As if you're breathing in little spirals of golden light. And that golden light energy is recharging every cell, every organ, every gland. So you feel rested, nourished, in that, say, restoring phase of winter. There's nowhere else you need to be right now, nothing else you need to do. You're exactly where you need to be. You're doing exactly what you need to be doing. As you take another breath in, feel a sense of lightness and expansion. You can decide to stay here a while longer, or if you're ready to finish your practice, and just gently wiggling your fingers and toes. Maybe turning your head a little bit side to side. You're starting to stretch out your arms and legs, again moving whatever way feels good for you. And in your own time, in your own way, making your way back up to sitting. And when you get there, bring your palms together. And bring your hands to your heart to hands, taking a little bow to seal your practice. Namaste. If you have any questions, let me know.